could turn back time, I've made a mistake and now I want to hide under a rock. Have you ever had that feeling that you just feel like, oh my God, can I please just disappear? I think a lot of multipassionates can relate to that, because many of us are very keen on doing things well, or, well, let's be honest, doing things perfectly, flawless. Well, here's the thing. I'll give you an example of what recently happened to me. I just recently launched this YouTube channel after months of preparation, and then I've sent an email to my email list announcing that the channel is finally online and that I'm so proud to share it with you. And what happened was, after I've sent the email, I noticed that instead of saying hi and then your name, it just said hi name. So obviously I didn't forget the name of the people that I've sent the email to, but my computer did. Meanwhile, it was too late to apologize. The damage was already done, the email was already sent, and meanwhile this song came to my head. If I could turn back time, if I could turn back time, which I obviously couldn't. The email was sent. So the first thoughts that came up in my mind were, oh no, this is so unprofessional. I wish I could delete that email from your inbox. Just pick it out and throw it away and send it again with your name in it. Also, I thought I should never send an email again. This is so embarrassing because these are things that happen to me. Like sometimes with this creative, chaotic brain, mistakes happen. And then I'm like, oh, this is so embarrassing. And another thought I had is everyone is gonna unsubscribe from my email list because they're all gonna feel like, if you don't even know my name, I'm not even gonna want to receive your emails. Well, for me, it is so important to keep things personal, to really connect with people. And something like calling you by your name, I really find that very important. So my inner critique goes wild in these moments of stress. It immediately puts back the needle on the LP of my core negative belief, namely that I am not good enough. And that this is another proof of it. That I'm not worthy, that I'm not good at what I do, and that this is the proof of it, that I should actually stop it. If I would not be aware that this is the standard stress script that plays in my brain in moments of stress, then I will still believe, like I used to, that this is true, that this is truly proof that I am not good enough. And maybe you recognize this as well, that as soon as you make a mistake, and especially when it's something that you want to do good, that you want to do well in your work, for your business or for your colleagues or your clients, that you really have a high standard for yourself. And as soon as you don't achieve that high standard, that you start to doubt yourself, that you start to feel guilty or ashamed. And the problem with this is that we are often not aware of this script that is related to this. So this core negative belief that comes back as soon as we experience these moments of stress. So on the contrary, I know that this is a script in my brain that has been created during my childhood, and that has been very necessary because it helped me to understand what I can do in order to be safe, to be accepted, and to be loved. So we all have this core negative belief that was necessary to grow up and to do what was expected in our social context. But when we are an adult, we are capable of looking at that with more distance and give ourselves the safety that we need and that we haven't experienced back then. So now we can give it to ourselves. And it's very helpful to understand that, because the overactive response to a small mistake as one word that was wrong in an email, that could lead to an overwhelm of negative thoughts and feelings, and therefore lead to wanting to hold back, to stop doing the things that you truly love, and to really find a way to punish yourself for not being flawless, for not being perfect. So instead of taking these thoughts very seriously, what I do, and what I also teach my clients, is to take more distance of these thoughts and to look at them with more lightheartedness and humor, to really play with them. Because by looking at them more lightly and more playfully, the power of these thoughts, the power of this language in your brain, these words, these negative core beliefs start to lose their power. So they gain power when we take them very seriously, when we just listen to them and totally get absorbed by it. But when we look at them with more distance and more playful, they can lose their power and the burden that they put on us. So one of the ways you can do that is by using your creativity to turn them around into something else, into something fun. And the first thing that came to my mind is to create a song about this mistake of calling all people on my email list just name and not by their real name. Because it really reminded me of this song of That's Not My Name. Because name is not my name. 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 It's not the same. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. It's not the same. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. So I hope this video showed you that making mistakes is completely normal. I do it too. You do it too. We all make mistakes. And by understanding your core negative belief, you can understand why a relatively small mistake can cause an exaggerated feeling of guilt, shame, and really wanted to hide under that rock. Approaching your inner critique with more lightheartedness and humor really helps to decline its power and to focus on what's really, truly important to you. And for me, the most important thing is connection, and that I can also show that I'm a human being. I'm also allowed to make mistakes, that I'm not trying to be this perfect, flawless person. So here's my video to you to show you that. And if people unsubscribe from my list, I send them a lot of love for this, because it probably means that you're even more strict with yourself. Because if you don't allow others to make mistakes, you're probably even stricter with yourself on making mistakes. So then I just wish you a lot of love, and then hope that you will feel more compassion to yourself and allow yourself to make mistakes. I hope this video was valuable for you, and please let me know in the comments below, when was the last time that you made a mistake and really felt that you wanted to hide under a rock. His name is not my name. 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 It's not the same.